What's up, guys? It's Aubree, Austin, and me, Jeremiah here. Today, we're going to be dividing by monomials.
Okay, so our first question is 4 plus 2 radical 3 over radical 20. The first thing we want to do is get rid of this radical. We do this by multiplying it by itself. And when you multiply the bottom, you also have to multiply the top. So now on the bottom you have a 20. And now you have to multiply the 4 by the radical 20. And this gives you 4 radical 20 plus 2 radical 3 times 20, and radical 20 is 2 radical 60. Now the numbers inside the radicals can be broken down. So you have 4 radical 20, 2 and 10, 2 and 5. You now have one pair of 2's, so you multiply the outside number by the 2, and you get 8 radical 5, because you put the leftover number inside the radical. So now instead of 4 radical 20, we have 8 radical 5. Now we need to do the 2 radical 60. 60 can be broken down into 4 and a 15, 2 and 2, 3 and 5. So now we multiply the set of 2 by 2 and get a 4 radical 15. Okay, now we have 8 radical 5 plus 4 radical 15 over 20. Now when you're simplifying, you don't do any of the numbers that are in the radicals. So you can multiply all, or you can divide all of these by 2. So we get 4 radical 5 plus 2 radical 15 over 10. This can be simplified again. So we'll do 2 radical 5 plus radical 15 over 5. And this will be your answer.
Alright, our next problem is pretty much the same as the one Aubree just did. We have 4 radical 13. We have 4 minus 2 radical 3 over radical 13. And we have a radical on the bottom and we can't. So to get rid of the radical, we have to multiply both sides by the radical 13. So multiply by the radical 13, and then the radicals cancel out on the bottom, so you're just left with the 13. So you have 13, and then you have to distribute the radical 13 to the 4 and the negative 2 radical 3, and that makes 4 radical 13 and negative 2 radical 39. Alright, and then that can't be simplified anymore. The 39 doesn't break it down into anything because it just breaks down to a 3 and 13, and those are both whole numbers. So you're good. And that's your answer.
Alrighty, for our next question, we will have 5 plus 3 radical 2
2 radical 10. Your first step will be to multiply 2 radical 10 by both tops, I don't know, things of the equation. So then 5 times 2 radical 10 would be 10 radical 10. Actually, you know what? I'm going to write it down here. 10 radical 10 plus, and then 3 radical 2 times 2 radical 10 would be 6 radical 20. That's a bit tricky. Multiplying 2 radical 10 times 2 radical 10 would get you 4 radical 100. And then the first step right here would be to simplify your radicals. So then 10 does not simplify into anything. It would simplify into 2 and 5, and that would just leave you with 10. So you take the 20, 2 times 10, 10 simplifies into 2, 5. 2 is a pair, and since the pair 2, you simply multiply the 2 times the 6. The 5 goes into the radical. So 10 radical 10 plus 6, the 2 times 6 would be 12 radical 5. Since 5 was the outlier, it goes into the radical. 100 simplifies down into 10 times 10. 10 simplifies down to 2 and 5, 2 and 5. What was the next one? Oh yeah. I'm trying to remember how to do this. Help me out here. For some reason I completely got stuck. The 2's and the 5's both come out outside the radical.
Yeah, correct. The 2 and the 5 are both pairs that come out the radical. You multiply them
By 4.
by 4. So yeah, you multiply it by the 4 right here. So yeah, 2 times 5 is 10, which 10 times 4 is 40. We're not done yet, as the 10, the 12, and the 40 all divide by 2. So you divide 10 by 2, and that is 5. 12, it turns into 6, 5, and 40 becomes 20, and right there should be